All right, I would like to call to order the regular meeting of the zoning administrator for this committee. My name is Cecilia Gallardo Daly, and I am your zoning administrator for today. The first item on the agenda is to receive and file the minutes of the zoning administrator meeting of July 22nd, 2021. So received and filed. The next item on the agenda is oral and written communication. This is the time for members of the public who would like to address the zoning administrator on an item that is not on the agenda can speak. And the zoning administrator is not permitted to discuss or take action on any items during non-agenda public comment. I have not received any requests for comment during this time. So I'm going to move on to the next item on the agenda, and that's our public hearings. The public hearing process includes a staff presentation, a presentation by the applicant not to exceed 10 minutes, and public testimony not to exceed 3 minutes per speaker. Following closure of the public hearing, the zoning administrator will respond to questions raised during the hearing, discuss the issues, and act upon the matter by motion. All right, so we will have our first public hearing item on the agenda. It is a minor conditional use permit for Bonjour Ballet at 1001 Avenida Pico, Suite E, and we'll have our staff planner, Katie Crockett, give us a presentation on this item. Thanks, Katie.
Thank you. Yeah, so MCUP 21079 is a request to establish a group instruction use for ballet classes. Up to 8 children at a time within an existing commercial tenant space. The project is located at 1001 Avenida Pico, Suite E. This is on the first floor of the courtyards at Talega Shopping Center at the corner of Pico and La Plata. The center includes a variety of general commercial, service, restaurant, and office uses. Adjacent uses to the proposed use include a UPS store, dry cleaners, Quiznos, and Starbucks. There's also a similar group instruction Pilates use on the second floor of this building. The prior use in the subject tenant space Suite E was Mathnasium, a tutoring business. So the proposed business, Bonjour Ballet, will offer children's ballet instruction to small classes of children with one instructor. Classes are approximately 45 minutes long and are held between the hours of 9 a.m. and 6 p.m., but not continuously. Those are just the general hours. No changes to the existing a little over 1,000 square foot tenant space are required, just flooring and paint. The suite currently consists of an open area, which will be where the ballet instruction takes place, and a small office, as well as a single occupancy restroom. So group instruction uses are permitted in the subject zone in the Rancho San Clemente specific plan neighborhood commercial land use designation. With the approval of an MCUP, staff considered potential impacts that the proposed use could have on the site and neighboring businesses and uses. So due to the nature of the business, ballet classes with children, one instructor, and quiet music, staff does not believe that noise impacts will occur as they might with other group exercise classes, which may use louder amplified music, microphones for the instructor, that kind of thing. Furthermore, parking in the center will not be negatively impacted. The proposed use requires 1 parking space per employee and 1 space per 2 students. So based on the maximum operations of 8 students and 1 instructor, that means 5 parking spaces would be required per our code. While the prior business had a parking demand of only 4 spaces per the code, the parking calculation for the subject building, which is included in the packet, it demonstrates that the number of parking spaces demanded by all the tenants is equal to the number of spaces provided on site. And that does factor in placeholder spaces for vacant tenant spaces as well. So therefore, sufficient parking is provided. To minimize overlap between the classes, staff did add condition 17.18, which requires a minimum of 10 minutes between the end of one class and the beginning of the next. That's less actually than the applicant had included in their project narrative, but we just wanted to memorialize that in the approval. So with that, staff recommends that the project be found categorically exempt from CEQA under Class 1 for the leasing, permitting, and minor alteration of existing facilities. And staff recommends that the minor CUP be granted to allow group ballet instruction for children at this location. So this concludes my report, and I'm available to answer any questions. Also, the applicant, Kayla Arun, is in attendance, and she provided a very complete application, so it made staff's job very easy in this instance.
Okay, great. Thanks, Katie. Kayla, would you like to speak or comment on the request at all?
I think that Katie covered it all, and I'm just want to thank you for the consideration.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right. Well, I read through the report, looked through all the exhibits, the project narrative, the parking analysis. I don't have any additional questions for staff or the applicant. So at this time, I'm going to open the public hearing. I have not received any comments on this item. Katie, have you received any?
I have not. I'm just checking my email right now. No public comments.
Okay, no public comments on the item. All right, to be read into the record. So I will now close the public hearing, and I am able to make the findings for the minor conditional use permit. As Katie mentioned in her presentation, the group instruction use is permitted in the neighborhood commercial land use designation of the specific plan with approval of a minor conditional use permit. The purpose and intent of that neighborhood commercial land use is to accommodate local serving retail, commercial, and personal services. And this ballet studio would provide services to local residents. The proposed school is similar to other uses in the center within the commercial development. There's many different types of businesses in this shopping center. And the shopping center does have sufficient parking for all uses at the center, including the proposed school. No modifications to the existing tenant space or site are proposed with this minor conditional use permit. And staff did include conditions of approval to ensure that the use will be compatible with surrounding businesses and not impact parking at the center. So with that, I will determine that the project is categorically exempt from the requirements of CEQA pursuant to CEQA guidelines section 15301, class 1 existing facilities. And I move approval of resolution ZA 21-021, minor conditional use permit 21-079, Bonjour Ballet, subject to the conditions of approval. Okay. All right, so that item is approved. Thank you. Thank you, Kayla. Thanks, Katie. All right.
So much.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I think it'll be a great business and a great addition. So thanks.
I appreciate it. I really do.
Good, good. Okay, moving on to the next item on the agenda, new business, seeing none. The next agenda item is old business. We have no old business agenda items. So I will now adjourn the meeting to the regular meeting of the zoning administrator to be held Thursday, September 9, 2021 at 3 p.m. via teleconference. Thank you.